Good morning everyone, I am Jesse, also known as Grimsy Finds. I'm a full-time eBay reseller. I've been reselling for almost a year now. February is my anniversary, like the end of February. I'll be making a video about that. In this video I'm going to be going over 11 items that sold on eBay for a profit. This is a good useful tool so you guys can look out when you're in thrift stores, garage sales, estate sales, you name it. If you see some of these items, you pick them up because they sell for a pretty decent amount and they sold pretty fast. Hello! Alright, the first one right here is the Cloud Amiibo. So I had a big Amiibo buy. I spent $40 for, I want to say, like 13 different amiibos. When I recorded that video and made that video, I didn't really mention Cloud. And Cloud was actually one of the most expensive amiibos out of that set. And again, I paid $40. It sold for $30 minus fees, probably like, you know, $25 in right there. I'm already in the profit. I also sold King K. Rool, which I'm not going to show because it's a little redundant. This is probably the highest amiibo right here for $29.99. Definitely an awesome pickup. I'm going to be looking out for more of these out in the wild. Amiibos are pretty hard to find usually. If they're out, they go quick, but loose like this, they're still worth some decent money. All right, this was a jacket. So in this jacket, I believe I got it at Salvation Army, and usually for jackets like this, they charge either $7.99 or $9.99. I can't remember the top of my head, but less than $10 into it. Sold it for $44.99 after fees. I'm looking at probably like $35. So pretty nice flip right there. Specialty jackets like this one. This one was like a fishtail lightweight army jacket. Just the look of it, I knew it was gonna sell. I just didn't know how long. And actually I did list it in December, so it took about 2 months to sell. So not bad for clothing. Clothing is easy to store. Money. Obviously video game stuff sells. Why am I showing you this? Is because this was a death pile item. I mentioned before that I've had many tubs full of death pile stuff. I'm almost clear, so I'm actually very happy. The death pile's been reduced to almost like 1 or 2 tubs, so I'm kind of excited to have cleared all that past pickups, because I honestly don't even remember how much I paid for this. I'm guessing like 50 bucks if I remember correctly, but it was missing a couple things. Still got $109.99 for it. The next one's a Canon PowerShot A720. So I've learned now, for sure, especially because of the last year's pickups, PowerShots sell. Now they're not all home runs, they're not all big money, but a lot of them are worth a pretty good amount. And this one sold for $59.99. It did come with an SD card. In the listing I actually showed it working, so there is no question about it that does work. You could also put in videos, and if you're worried about electronics and showing that it works, just make a video about it, post it on there so that the buyer knows 100% sure that it works at the time that you ship it, right? Stuff can happen, the carrier can break it, damage it, etc. So stuff does happen out of the ordinary, but if you pack it right and you ship it right, everything should be going pretty well. So cameras are always a good one. PowerShots for Canon do pretty well. I'm always on the lookout for PowerShots and for Canon. There is a Nikon version that I'm going to show you later on. Those are also sell pretty well. Alright, this one I wish I did a pickup recap, but I didn't. So I don't show everything I pick up. I go sourcing like 2-3 times a week, and sometimes I feel like I didn't get anything. This was one of those days. I found like a couple clothing pieces in this. When I picked it up, I had no idea it was worth this much money. So I just saw it and I remembered the name of James Stewart, and that rang a bell, but I wasn't sure. I was like, yeah, it can't be worth that much. It's just a little toy. Brought it home, did a little bit of research, and it's used one sold for like $70-$60. So I was like, okay, this is new. I had no comps to go by, so I just priced mine at $114.99, and within the week it sold for full price of $114.99. So this was a home run for sure. I think I paid, I want to say $10 for it. I think $10 for it. The only reason I picked it up is because it was new in package, and I'm hoping the buyer enjoys it. This was in a pickup recap. I went to a thrift store, Salvation Army, and I found this. I believe it was $9.99. And it was open. The box obviously had wear on it, but the contents were brand new. Let me show you. So I came with the manual and all that, but look at the very good condition, brand new, never used, and you could just tell that you can pretty much tell that it was pretty much brand new open box. So that's why I picked it up, and I brought it home, and I didn't really see many listed like this, so I just priced mine at $100, and it actually sold for that. So very happy with that sale. Always have an open mind when you're out in the thrift stores. I mean, I know it's best to find stuff that you're used to and that you know like the back of your hand, but sometimes taking a risk pays off, and here it did. Money! This is the Nikon version of the Canon PowerShot. It's Nikon Coolpix. Usually Nikon Coolpix do pretty well. Not this well. Actually, I could have got a little bit more, but it had an issue. So the battery door would close, but when you would put batteries in there, it would not close correctly. This was a death pile item. A lot of these end up in the death pile because there's other stuff wrong with it. This one had a little bit of corrosion in there. There was batteries left in, and I'm sure that's why the battery door doesn't close correctly. But I still managed to get $40 out of it. Very happy with that. I honestly didn't think I was gonna get that. Happy with it, and if it was in better condition, it can go for like $50, $60, just depending on the condition and everything. Nikon Coolpix is another one to be on the lookout for cameras. Obviously there's the Sony Handycams. Those are also another bolo. All right, Yadro. So these ones right here, I did have a pickup recap. I think it was like the last pickup of December for 2023, the Yadro buy. I honestly did not know if I was going to be able to sell them. I saw sold comps, but the 3 I got were very, very rare, and I had no idea if I was going to sell it or not. So originally I had this guy paired with another one because they weren't, I saw sold comps for about like 100, but they didn't have the box. Paired them up, listed them for 400 and something, and then I got a message saying that, you know, if I would split the accordion player by himself. When I first listed it, I was like, you know what, I want to give it a chance and see if it's going to sell for full price or sell as a pair. So I gave it a full 30 days just to see if it was going to sell, and it did not. And then they reached out again. I think it was at the point where it was about to relist, and they reached out again and told me, hey, it's about to end. I don't know if it's set on auto relist, but I still want to reach out again to see if you would split it and how much you would ask for it. I said I would probably do about half for it, and they said I would be willing to pay half if you put it out on its own. So I listed it, and for sure they bought it right away. $224. Very nice flip. I think it's about $190 after fees, and I paid $250 for all 3, and then the Capo Diamante figure. If you haven't seen that video, I do recommend it. It's a pretty good one. Still have the other 2 Yadro and then the other figure to sell, so they will eventually sell. They might not sell for what I'm asking, but they will. I know they will eventually sell. Definitely a bullet to keep on the lookout for, especially if they have a box. I'm guessing more often than not they're not going to have the box though. This is another death pile item right here. It's an Atari 5200 switch box RF adapter and power supply. So I did mention before in a previous video that I had an Atari 5200 in my death pile. Unfortunately, it got damaged, but it still worked. I sold that for I think $40. I had these things left, and because I had the console, I knew these worked. Funny story, you plug in the power cord to the RF adapter and a spark comes out, and it's normal, completely normal, and I found that kind of odd, but it's part of the process for this console. Anyways, I listed it for $64.99, and it did take a while to sell. It sold in February, so it's about a month. So overall, I'm happy. And again, it was a death pile item, $64.99. Atari 5200 is the exception to the rule. Everything, even the controllers, sell for a lot of money. So keep an eye out for Atari 5200 if you see one, because a lot of people probably sleep on it because they're probably thinking that it's not worth that much. 2600 is the one that's not that worth that much. Depends on the model. This one right here I did cover in the garage sale video, but I did not cover it. I have live footage of it. I think I paid about $5 for this. It sold for $94.99. Headphones, Sony headphones, definitely sell. Saw that it was in very good condition, and just because of that and because it was Sony, I wanted to buy it. I had no idea it was going to be this much money. I thought it was going to be more about the $40, $50 range. Very nice flip for $5, and I'm always on the lookout for more Sony headsets. Definitely a bolo to keep an eye out for.
I like money.
Last one right here. This was an incredible sale. So last December I picked up a helmet and this Alpine Stars jacket. I think I paid $80 for the jacket and the helmet, and I just did a combined deal for that, and the lady took it. I saw after fees I am at $105, I want to say. So $105 from $80, I know that's only $25, but I still have the helmet to sell. I have the helmet listed, I think, at $90. I might get $70, who knows. Overall, very happy to have delved into this. I wish I paid a little less, but the lady was very hesitant to sell it for $80, so I had to take it. Very happy with the sale. Learn more about this brand, and I still have one more item that can sell soon, I hope, and can make me some money. Anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below if you've seen any of these bolos out in the wild, or if you have another bolo that I did not mention in this video. I'm always eager to learn new bolos and new items to pick up to sell on eBay. Thank you for watching. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe for more videos, and follow my Instagram at GrimzyRaider. Thanks for watching, and we'll see what I find next. Thanks, guys.